And to the country's capital we go. Suspended Deputy National Police Commissioner Shadrack Sibiya will be back before the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry when it resumes its hearings in a few minutes' time. Sibiya has denied instructing witness F to share a warrant of arrest with alleged criminal cartel kingpin Vusimuzi Matlala. That warrant was for the arrest of entertainment blogger Musa Khawula. Sabia's alleged close relationship with Matlala has been the subject of his cross-examination so far. Our senior reporter in Canny Maphanga has been following proceedings and joins us now live from the Bridget Mabandla Justice College, where Canny, yesterday was another day of denials, counter-allegations and, dare I say, character assassinations, as Sabia really tries to clear his name in the wake of those damning allegations against him.
Indeed. Good morning to you, Yanda, and to the viewers at home. We're now on the fifth day of testimony of Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya, that is the suspended Deputy National Commissioner for Crime Detection. We expect the cross-examination to intensify as they continue to test the allegations against him, which place him at the center of these allegations of an alleged infiltration, insofar as this alleged proximity with alleged cartel member Vusimuzi Matlala. Now, this being the fifth day, and us knowing that on Thursday the Commission is going to circle back to the city of Ekurhuleni because Linda Xeshega, the suspended HR head, is due back on Thursday. We know that he only has today and possibly tomorrow to finish that particular testimony. But what has been a common trend in the evidence as the cross-examination has intensified, and is that you seemingly see Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya take this particular stance or approach where he offers these categorical, firm denials against the allegations against him. And it's only when he's confronted with real evidence that he can't dispute, that when he accepts to some parts or makes some concessions, then of course you see him tailor the evidence to suit whatever rationale he seeks to provide for the evidence that he knows he seemingly can't work his way out of. A clear example of that is the Impala Gate, which deals with the allegation that alleged cartel member Vusimuzi Matlala allegedly paid for the Impalas to be delivered to the plot or home or residence of Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya. The difficulty for Sabia with that evidence is that because witness F or Sergeant Kosi, because they're now naming him as his name is, and he is a common denominator in the transactions, you see that Kat reaches out to Sergeant Kosi, who then reaches out to Shadrack Sibiya, and Sibiya at that point doesn't seem to reject whatever is taking place. It seems that he knows what is going on in the text messages. And I think because he's confronted with that reality that the WhatsApp exchanges show that something did take place with these Impalas, you then see him change the evidence to state, or rather give a different issue, stating that this was procured by a Zimbabwean gardener. I think that's the way he put it, for those Impalas to be at his particular residence. However, when the evidence escalates or intensifies to show that there's a recording of alleged cartel member Vusimuzi Matlala stating in his own words after he was arrested, and of course the context there is that he felt played, if we could put it that way, because he had effectively given out all of these alleged monetary benefits to several key figures. However, he found himself in a position where he had lost his SABC contract, which he was trying so hard to safely guard. And of course, he's now being arrested for the attempted murder of his partner, Tebogo Tobejane, in light of the fact that he thought he would enjoy this alleged shield because of the kind of benefits he was allegedly affording to high-ranking SABC officials. It is in that context that he spills the beans, and a number of issues are discussed about the alleged benefits that he allegedly afforded to Sabia. The Impalas is one of that point that is pointed out in witness C's recording of Vusimuzi Matlala, where he says that he had given Impalas to Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya. Now, to deal with that particular claim made by the witness C recording, he then introduces new issues, seemingly trying to suggest that the recording may have some credibility issues, suggesting that they should consider Vusimuzi Matlala's evidence before the ad hoc committee, where he says it wasn't his voice and that this clip was AI generated. Even in his evidence in chief, he stated that the particular recording didn't have the necessary forensic evidence and testing that is required in order for it to meet the threshold to actually be accepted as something that can be used against him. So I understand it's this common trend of where he issues out a categorical denial, and then where he sees that actually that denial, the firm denial, won't stand, the evidence is then tailored to, I guess, address it in a manner that not only rationalizes it, but also keeps him at a far distance from what is being implied by that particular evidence. We also saw quite interesting testimony. I'm not sure if it's quite relevant to the probe with relation to Musa Khawula. He denies having put pressure on his officers to give effect to the arrest of that entertainment blogger, and he also denies there being political pressure for him to do so. In fact, he even introduces new evidence about this blogger, alleging that he frequents the same clubs as that of Vusimuzi Matlala. I'm not sure how relevant that information was, because what was being tested here is whether or not there was alleged political interference in the arrest of an entertainment blogger because he had offended the political elite. And if the conclusion is that there was, then of course you can reach the conclusion that the high-ranking structure is compromised and can easily be susceptible to that level of political interference. Now, we expect for him to continue at least today and possibly tomorrow with the rest of that cross-examination, which seeks to test in forensic detail the number of allegations that are being made against Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya.